Every term, on each of our school leadership development programmes, we gather up our school leaders and take them to visit some exceptional schools in different parts of the country. Not because we believe there are silver bullets waiting to be discovered elsewhere, but because stepping into another school sharpens our own sense of what is possible back home. Last week, we took leaders from the SW100 and East100 programmes to Birmingham, where, over the past decade, schools here have quietly built a reputation for clarity and ambition, particularly in communities where many children and families are experiencing significant disadvantage. Of course, we come looking for inspiration, but inspiration alone is not enough. What we're really trying to do is recalibrate, to broaden our sense of what's possible and to sharpen our judgment about what excellent practice looks like. On Wednesday morning, primary colleagues visited Holy Trinity Church of England Primary Academy, led by Daniel Martin. What the group encountered there was a compelling model of leadership. Daniel embodies a blend of humility and credibility. There's a real openness about the work of leadership, the willingness to sit with uncertainty when the answer isn't yet clear, but also the courage to act with urgency and clarity when conviction emerges. The pace of improvement in the school is striking, but it never feels frenetic. Instead, it feels purposeful, steady, thoughtful. Perhaps most striking of all is the strength of relationships that pervade the school. Amongst children, between children and adults, amongst the adults themselves, and between the school and its community, there is a genuine warmth and a real pride in the work and in the school. And it's a reminder, if ever we needed one, that culture isn't built through big policies, it's built through thousands and thousands of daily interactions. Here's us having dinner. Moments like this matter too, and this is where the group begins to process what they've seen together. These informal conversations are where ideas sharpen. On day 2, we took primary and secondary colleagues to visit Ark Victoria Academy, and what stood out most clearly there was the precision of the teaching. Teachers in both phases were crystal clear about precisely what pupils should leave the lesson knowing. And there was a real discipline about not moving on until that understanding was secure and had been stretched and tested. At the end of each visit, we paused together to interrogate what we've seen, not simply to admire it, though there was heaps of that, but to ask harder questions. Where might our own expectations have drifted? What have we quietly come to accept that could be better? And yes, there's time for a bit of fun too, because the relationships built on these visits are not incidental, they're foundational. The work is demanding and leadership can be lonely. Strong networks like these make the journey sustainable. And then on day 3, secondary colleagues visited Sarah Ross at Harborne Academy, and the word that I kept on hearing during reflections there was refreshing. Sarah spoke about the role of headship with remarkable honesty, what the job is, and just as importantly, what it isn't. There was an openness, candour and humour in the way that she described the work that really resonated with the group. But what made that perspective so powerful was seeing how clearly it plays out in the life of the school. It's immediately obvious what Sarah prioritises, what she values and how she models that every day. And the result is visible everywhere you look. A culture shaped not by slogans but by leadership that is clear about what matters and models it consistently. So these visits don't give us a blueprint, but they do sharpen our judgment and they help us return to our own schools with clearer thinking about the standards we want to set and the cultures we want to build. Our sincere thanks to Holy Trinity, Ark Victoria, Harborne Academy, and to the many other Birmingham schools who hosted different groups so generously. We learned a great deal from your openness and your leadership.